This week on the 11th OVC, we are getting close to the end of the Manual of Arms and are finally reaching some drills that are unique to the cavalry arm of the Army, specifically how to sling and unsling your carbine. To sling the carbine, the officer commands, "Sling, carbine." At the last part of the command, which is carbine, raise the carbine perpendicularly with the right hand and place it in the left hand, which seizes it below the lower hand, the thumb extended, the barrel to the front. Incline the carbine to the right that the ring may hang down. The left hand as high as and opposite to the neck. Slip the swivel to the front with the right hand, the thumb pressing upon the short side to open it. Insert it into the rings. Seize the carbine at the small of the stock with the right hand. Let it go with the left hand, which is dropped by the side, and pass the carbine behind the back, lowering the muzzle, pushing the butt to the rear, and drop the right hand by the side. Sling, carbine. Sling, carbine. Sling, carbine. Unsling, carbine. Unsling, carbine. And that, simple enough, is sling and unsling carbine. Now, there's a couple things that we need to note when it comes to this specific drill. And that when we actually get to the mounted side of the instruction manual, especially in part 2 of Poinsetts, when you stand to horse, when you dismount and skirmish, when you do a lot of other things with your carbine dismounted, most of the time you either have your carbine thrown over your shoulder or you're in a different type of position. So the actual really times that you're going to be doing, the formal sling and unsling carbine from especially the order armist position, can't say that's going to be, something that you're going to do a whole lot. Now, one of the questions that does come out, especially when researching cavalry and, getting into the nuance of what they actually did, is what did they actually unsling their carbine when they were dismounted and fighting on foot? One of the things we can do is we can confirm that by a couple different ways. Obviously, there's no photographic evidence during combat, especially, during a Buford stand at Gettysburg. But what we do have is one thing, the manual, and the second thing, sketches that were done by artists that witnessed the battle, or at least witnessed action, or troopers doing what they do in the field. And when you combine these two things, especially from the manual side of things, Poinsett says that when you dismount and fight on foot, that you actually unsling the carbine. And then combine that with the dozen or so images that we have, these sketches that we have of artists sketching the cavalry troopers fighting, skirmishing on foot with that sling unslung. So for whatever it's worth, most of the time this is a dress parade type of situation, but it is still important to know. Well, that's our second to last video on the Manual of Arms according to Poinsett. We appreciate you watching us. We've learned a lot of things ourselves trying to get proficient at these drills again. But we have one more video left, which is raise and ground carbines, or I should say ground and raise carbines. And other than that, that's Poinsett's Manual of Arms. There's not a whole lot to it other than the whole saber exercises that we'll get to later. But appreciate you guys watching. Please like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel down here, ring the notification bell, and of course, until we see you again in the field, ride hard.